How did I go from a college athlete who dropped out a year ago to generating thousands of dollars anywhere in the world just with this laptop right here? Hi guys, my name is Levi Basurdo, and I was able to achieve all of this at only 21 because of high ticket sales. Now this isn't just some trendy industry that's here today and gone tomorrow. This industry has generated the most billionaires out of any other industry, so it's been proven to work and it's here to stay. Now I don't have a big social media following, don't have any certifications, and I don't sit behind a desk for 8 hours. All right, so before I get into breaking down exactly what high ticket sales is, I'll give you a little bit of background on myself. My name is Levi Basurdo. I grew up in Lahaina, Hawaii, and growing up I only had one goal in mind, and it was to become the best basketball player. Right, in elementary school, it's all I cared about. Middle school, high school, even college, the only thing I cared about was becoming the best at playing basketball. So I never went to parties, I never missed any workouts, and I was always just trying to improve and become the best I could. Towards the end of high school, I was able to get a couple basketball scholarships, so I was happy that I was able to continue playing basketball in college. Now playing basketball in college was obviously one of my dreams, and it was fun, but I was always broke in college. You know, I was always way too good to get a job. I just never wanted to get a job. I always knew I was destined for more, and I knew there was better ways to make money, so I never even thought of getting a job. But I always wanted, you know, some new shoes, be able to travel a little bit, or just take care of my friends and family, just because that's just who I am. I always want to be able to have some money to my name. I never wanted to get a job. So fast forward to 2024, it's my second season playing college basketball, and in February is when my life really changed. So I tore my ACL in February of 2024, and I was going to be sidelined for the whole year. And then after my ACL surgery, I had to get a heart surgery 10 days later. So I slept in the hospital for 10 days, feeling lost, contemplating on what's next for me, and I just didn't know what to do or where to go. After the surgeries, I had all this new time. I didn't really know what to do. I was just playing video games, just thinking about what is it that I actually want to do, because I knew college academics wasn't really for me. I knew I had bigger goals in mind and college wasn't going to get me there. But I had all this free time. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any direction, so I just spend it going to the gym, playing video games. Didn't get a job because I was always too good to get a job, and I was just lost. So after spending months just kind of wasting away, having no real direction, dropping out of college and just doing nothing, I was getting nowhere in my life, I decided to start trying to make money online. You know, I've seen all these TikTok slideshows of people making lots of money. I've seen all these people online just making tons of money. They were either my age, they were younger than me, they were a little bit older, but everybody was just making money online, living the life that I always wanted for myself. But I didn't know how they did it. So I ended up doing a little bit more research, and I tried literally every single thing you've seen online. I tried. You know, I tried to be a fitness coach. I tried to do trading, Forex, crypto. I tried to do clipping accounts. I was drop shipping. That's one of my products right there. It's beef tallow, and nothing ever worked. You know, I tried literally every single thing you think of. I even tried to start my own clothing brand. Nothing worked for me, but I was never fully discouraged. You know, I lost thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours just trying to perfect something, but I could never actually crack the code. I either didn't have enough money to invest, or I just could never make it work, and it was just too hard. So nothing was really working for me, right? Unfortunately, after a couple months of not seeing any success, I had to get a job. I was living in Miami now, and I wanted to become a fitness influencer, but it just didn't go the way it planned. And I was working a job. I was working at Lululemon, making $17 an hour. I was stuck in the rat race. You know, I wasn't making enough money to actually leave my job, and I also wasn't making enough money to even save. Everything went towards expenses, and I was still pretty lost. I didn't know what to do, but I knew that this job was not the end for me. I was constantly still trying to learn and find ways how I can get out of my job, because I would show up every single day. I would put in the work. I'd be positive. I'd give the right energy. But no matter how hard I tried, I was capped at $17 an hour, which in my opinion was super unfair, because coming from a sports background, if you're the best, you should get paid more. If you're the best at sports, you should play more. So with that in mind, I was always pretty discouraged, because I'd show up every single day and the person next to me wouldn't do anything and they'd make the same amount of money as I did. So I knew there was still a better way, because I had all this energy, I had all this passion, but I just couldn't figure it out. So eventually that ended up with me trying life insurance, right? You get to work from home, you get to call people, and you get to make money just from your laptop. I thought this was the life. I thought this was the thing that was going to make me rich. But unfortunately, it was a lot harder than it seemed, because I'd sit at my desk after working my whole shift, cold calling people who didn't even want to buy life insurance. I was just struggling to make any progress, because honestly, nobody wakes up saying they're going to buy life insurance today. Nobody ever says that. Nobody likes getting cold calls. So it was pretty hard, and it was hours behind the desk. This was not the location freedom that I dreamed of, and this was definitely not the financial freedom I was looking for. Eventually, after a couple months of me working my job and doing life insurance, and still having like pretty much zero progress, I finally cracked the code. Now, it wasn't easy right away, but I was lucky that I had a friend who was selling a course, and he had thousands of followers, and a lot of people wanted to actually buy from him. So he didn't want to take any more calls. So since I had a sales background, he decided to hire me, and I would make 10 to 15% off of everything that I closed. So he had a trading program that was selling for $4,000, and I'd make $600 every single time I made a sale. And honestly, this was it. You know, the leads were warm because they reached out to him. They were qualified as well because he made sure that they had money before even hopping on a call with me. And these people actually wanted to buy. They had a problem that they knew would be solved by the mentor. So all I had to do was show them exactly how it was going to be done. And I was making money. I didn't have to do any cold calling. I didn't have to do any hard convincing. This for me was like striking gold because I didn't like to sit behind a desk. I didn't like to take hundreds of sales calls every single day just to hope to make one sale. And honestly, it's where everything changed for me. So what high ticket sales is an influencer sells a digital product, a mentorship, a training, whatever it is. And people actually want to buy it because they think that it's going to solve their problem that they have. And a lot of the times these people are good at it, that's why they sell so much. Now that being said, they don't have time to hop on 30 calls a day and still run their program efficiently. So they hire people like me and my team who are digital middlemen, and all we do is show them exactly how their product is going to solve their problem. We get paid, their problem gets solved, and the influencer makes money too. So everybody wins in this situation. It wasn't this easy right away. I would still lose a lot of calls. I was making better money, but I still wasn't making the money that I wanted to. So I invested thousands into mentorships, hours into training, and constantly practicing my skills. I didn't know exactly where to go to become the best, so I just tried every single thing I could. Just like if I was still playing basketball, I was trying whatever I heard to see what works for me and what doesn't. Fast forward to today, in less than 2 weeks in August, I made over $11,000 by just closing high ticket deals. And this is crazy to me because just a few months ago, I was making $800 per paycheck working at Lululemon. Today, I'm able to say I've made a 2-week paycheck in just one singular call. And I'm not somebody who just got lucky or who's a one-off. This industry has generated the most billionaires. So I knew it was scalable, and I knew this is something that I want to do because I didn't have to cold call. I didn't have to fulfill on anything. All I needed to do was solve a problem, and I made money. Now listen, it isn't just me who's been able to succeed with high ticket sales. I've also been able to help out my guy Luke over here, who made $800 in a single day. And even Raiden over here, he's working at a coffee shop when I met him, and now he's made over $1,000 in just one sale. And I'm not gonna bore you guys with a bunch of testimonials. If you guys do wanna see more, you can check out a whole lot of deals on Instagram, and you can just see a couple more client wins, everything like that. And you can see a little bit more about the community. Now listen, who is this even for, and how do you know if you'll even succeed with high ticket sales? If you have drive and passion and you wanna channel it into making money, this is for you. It's also somebody who knows that they're always meant for more. You know, they're not like everybody else. They have these big goals, big ambitions that other people just don't understand. This is for you. If you're satisfied and you're always trying to get to a new level, this is for you. If you're constantly improving, this is something that you can constantly improve at. Also, if you're tired of your regular job, you know, you're never meant to actually work a 9 to 5. You know that you can make more money, and you know that you just deserve better. You know, you have these goals, you have these ambitions in mind that you just need to accomplish somehow. And lastly, if you've tried before and failed, you keep trying because you know that you're destined for success, this is for you. Now listen, if you're still not sure if this is even for you, well, this isn't for you if you're trying to be rich overnight. You're not coachable. If you're satisfied with okay or mediocre results, if you think you can figure out everything alone, and if you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not willing to work hard, implement the things that we tell you, and try to improve, this is just not for you. Because we want people who are trying to be the best and are always trying to improve. Now you tried before and you failed multiple times, so what makes us different and what makes this different this time? Well, firstly, we have true one-on-one calls, right? It's not just group calls. We have individual calls with not just me, but 2 other head coaches who offer different styles, personalities. So whatever coaching style you like best, whatever sales style you like best, we have someone for you. We also have these one-on-one calls multiple times through the week so we can ensure you're going to get what you actually need. Next, we built a solid community. We also do group calls in the community chat where you can learn from people who are just in your position, or you can help people who are just starting out once you've been in the program for a while. And lastly, which most people say is the most important, is we give you the exact scripts, mindset, tonality coaching, recorded calls, objection handling, everything under the sun that involves sales. We have it handled, and we have videos so you can constantly watch them and constantly improve. Now, if you're still unsure if you can actually succeed in this, we won't even send you out until you're prepared. If you're not ready to sell, we won't let you start because we want you to start making money on your first day. We don't want to waste your time. We also don't want to waste other people's time. So when you are ready and when you are fully trained and you pass the graduation, we can ensure that you're going to get the best results possible when you are ready to start. Now from here, what's next? Well, we have a 3-step process to ensure success. Every single person has to master in order to start making money. Well, first you need to master the scripts. You know, you need to understand that every single sale is the same. You have a product that solves their issue, you solve their issue, you make money. Every single sale is the same, so you need to master the script so you can start generating thousands or even millions of dollars. Next, we need to make sure that once you master that script, we make sure that you can handle all scenarios, you sound good, you look good, and you're ready to handle any objection. And lastly, we have placement with guaranteed offers. So once you are trained up, we can guarantee you an offer so you can start selling the day you pass graduation. If everything you've heard today sounds good and you're ready to see some success with high ticket sales, DM me the word YouTube on Instagram so I know first where you're coming from, We'll talk in the DMs. We'll see how we can help you. We'll hop on a call, and if everything looks good, we can get you started today.